Hello, good day, Corrie here, coming in to do my weekly channel message. This is being recorded on the 16th of January, 2023. And we are just getting ready to head into a new moon. And this is going to be a super new moon. It is hitting in this Aquarius energy. And it is just like this peak of being able to I want to be free. I just keep hearing that song. I want to be free. Like I can't sing it because if I sing it, I'm not really a singer, but if I sing it, it literally gets picked up and my videos get flagged. And so you can't sing it. But there's this sense of freedom that's coming in. Now, this week has a lot of it definitely has a lot of energy that may feel as if there is a obstacle and challenge sometimes, but it's to really see, are you going to, does a wall in front of you deter you from being able to move forward? What keeps you from being able to fully embrace, embody, step into the essence of you, your truth, of where you're going, what you're doing, what you want to do, where you want to be, so many things. And so I myself am just back up and out of just a lot of energy. And I said it was like I had a spiritual flu. I had spent a whole, weekend in channeling through into a summit. And then it was just like then into a just being kind of having to step back and just feeling the energy of this process that's been happening through us. And so we are a part of life is a process, and life really challenges us sometimes. And then life also gives us opportunities sometimes to really truly be able to work through energy. So the energy that's coming up is saying, we have this energy to be able to work with this energy. What are we going to do with it? How are we going to use it to our highest good? Or are we just going to allow it to just kind of waste away? It's like squandering, right? It's like, just let it fall away. Now I noticed this morning, and so I don't watch news, but my partner does. And when he's home, he's got the news on. And so he had the news on this morning before he left to go to work. And it was about the airplane crash, which was huge. And another devastating, loss of human life. And then also another attack in Ukraine. And so there is a lot of, real truths. And I just kept hearing this morning, like, you can't avoid reality. Reality of what we are bearing witness to is really, truly there. Things do happen. And so the real world is happening. Avoiding the real world is not really our way into our greatest spiritual awareness, is knowing that we can be centered and grounded and be able to, that's interesting. I want to know more. I'm curious, like, to really truly be able to go there instead of letting ourselves be, instantly going to the place of, oh my God, who did this? What happened? It's like, let's go to the compassion and the caring for the people and for the families before we get so caught up in judgment and opinions and all of those things. And I myself have found myself over the past few years, and why I took the healing the healer journey for my own personal self and making that my mission and my work, was so that I wouldn't be, because I could hear myself often be that person who would sit in, it's like, once I learned something about spirituality, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me tell you how to live your life. And so I stopped the how-tos, and I stopped the such a judgment, and just say, we all have to do this mission, and we all have to live this life. And the greatest thing we can have is compassion. And how things happen, if you're in the mind of the crazy person, of the crazy person who's capable of doing something like start a war, then if we can understand that, then that's probably not the best thing in the world to be. So it's like, we should not be able to understand it. We don't want to understand it. We don't want to understand how they can do it. We want to know that it's wrong, and that that it's the way to not to do things in life, and that's not our way. And to not make it our way, not to make it our way to even understand it, but to make our way of moving ourselves around those situations and those times, and just saying, that's not the way for us to be able to live our lives. There's a better way. And the better way is to actually care a lot more about the fragility and the importance and the value human life. And human life really does matter. And so knowing that through this work, and knowing that through the energy of everyone is going to be experiencing their experience, everyone is going to be going through everyone's going to be going through their own journey through this life. And we have these fated experiences that we sometimes can't explain, but they are there. And so that's a lot of the energy. That's a lot of the energy. And I did predict these. I predicted about a month ago, I guess it was, a big plane crash, and I could see this plane crashing. And I knew this plane was going somewhere, where it was like, where people were on a mission. Like, that's what it felt like. People were on a mission to get somewhere, of where they were soul seeking. It's like soul seeking, or seeking something, or like going somewhere. And this plane crash really truly feels like it was that kind of energy. But I predicted this about a month ago. I could see this plane going down, and I could see it going down into the mountains. And so, these things are in those experiences of what is to come, or what's happening, and we never know why. Some things just are, and doesn't make it easy or nice or kind, but human compassion, caring for our humans, is number one, and it needs to be priority. And we've really lost that, getting caught up in the AI, getting caught up in, technology, getting caught up in the virtual world, is that we have forgotten the value of our human, including the value of our own human, by not allowing your human to be given enough of everything that it needs, including sacred time with self, including nature, including communication, including gatherings, including getting together. And we keep getting deterred away from these gatherings and being together, whereas gatherings is what we need more of. We need more gatherings. We need more come together. We need more community. We need more connection. We need more human touch. We need to be able to put the human touch on things. The imperfections is where the divine is in the imperfections. Mother Nature is not perfect. It's the imperfection that makes it so beautiful. And the creation of the AI world, and the perfection of AI. And as I see more and more of the perfection of AI in images and stuff everywhere that people are even sharing, is that there's this captivation with this perfection, and it is not real, and it's not real to our truth. And it shouldn't be what we're striving for. We should be thriving for the ability to be able to come into this place of accepting that the beauty is in that sense of the imperfections, and the imperfections that are a part of our lives. And so as I step further into this, and further into the channeling, and further into the work, is that I just recognize and know that, we're seeing people that are just everyday people who have extraordinary gifts, and who do the work on an imperfect level, being kind of pushed out and pushed away. And that it's sad. It's very sad. It's a sad experience to just be able to be a part of things where we're being told, if you perfect this, you'll be loved, you'll be seen, you'll be known. If you do this is everything we've been fighting for within ourselves our whole lives. This is where our inner child work has been able to come from, is accepting ourselves, being able to present ourselves as the imperfect self, being able to be ourselves, being able to take the mask off, being able to be present as we are, and not always having to wait until we perfect things, not having to hide things, but also not having to feel like, because you got a little bit of wisdom and knowledge, that you know it all. So even with the ability to be able to channel and to be able to connect into that all-knowing wisdom, there's still such a tiny, minute amount that I know, that I've received, that I don't remember, but I just know when it comes. But it's still just a fraction of what is available. And so as we move forward into this week, is like freeing ourselves of that thought of perfection, or freeing ourselves of having to have so many opinions, so many views, to be able to be grounded, rooted in the center self, and just say, that's interesting. I'm curious. Tell me more. Tell me more about yourself. Let me stop speaking and let you talk. And that's huge. That's a huge thing to be able to do. And as we communicate as mediums and speak to spirit, is that we ask and then we have to communicate those messages. So it's actually us having to be able to really truly listen and be able to listen to what is needed to be said. What is of the highest good? What would you like to communicate through? And the message, and then people are like, well, what does that mean? Or what else? I don't know. That's what they said to give you. Well, I need to know more. Well, they don't have more. And that's what they have for you. That's all they're giving me. And if that's what they're giving me and that's your message, then maybe more is to come. But our impatience and our determination to be able to perfect everything or to know everything or to be able to have everything right now is actually a part of what will actually bring us down in a lot of ways in our lives. Whereas if we allow that one message to be the things that inspire us to seek more within ourselves, to know more within us and about ourselves, maybe they're giving us a line. Maybe they're giving us a lifeline to guide us forward, to get us to hold on to that, hold on to that, and to hold on to hope, and to hold on to the fact that, if they came with one message, then they obviously have a lot more messages. And maybe I just got to be silent and sit in my chair and be quiet and listen. Maybe in my sleep, I need to just trust that what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling is true, is real, is the realest of truth. It's just not the way the movies show it to me. It's not the way that I thought it would be, but it is the way that it is. And so the way that it is and the way that we're going is to really truly bring forth more of that sense of the imperfections of ourselves, be able to see ourselves in where we break, where we crack, our lowest moments. Those type of places are, and this brings me into humility, is that those moments of feeling like we are at our lowest, and we are sometimes at our lowest, when we're at our breaking point, that there is those moments of humility, of when, nothing went as planned, when we feel our most hurt, when we just feel like everything that we put our faith into just fell apart, that crumbled. Our most powerful messages, our most powerful nows, our most powerful sense of ourselves, our virtuous self, our real true self, existed in that experience. It existed in the experience, in the version of us that was able to take that one more breath, that was able to be able to push beyond that. And it was in the most imperfect moments. There is no perfect time, right? It was in the most imperfect times that God, the divine source, creator, spirit guides, angels stepped in. When a higher version of ourselves stepped in. And that version of ourselves that stepped in is the version of ourselves that is the illuminating light within us, that gives us the power to be able to know the only way up, and the only way out of this is up, and to be able to rise ourselves up, to rise into, to stand in the most imperfect moments, the most imperfect situations, and just say, I have to do something. Something has to change. I am done doing this. I am done doing that. I am no longer doing that. Well, that sense of commanding and demanding that energy is in those imperfections where our most beautiful self starts to plant the seeds that blossom to grow into beautiful flowers and beautiful moments and beautiful opportunities that rise us forward. So through this time, through this energy, we're being guided to be able to be in that energy, to be able to remember those times, to be able to bring forth a sense of being able to free ourselves from the things that hold us hostage, including that of perfection, that of the isms, of the addictive behaviors and patterns that keep us telling us our stories and that keep us in, looking at the of the so-called perfect life of somebody else that looks very different from yours. If you're looking into somebody else's life and say, well, that'd be easy if I had their life. I'd be able to do this if I was there. If I was able, if I was as rich as them, if I was as happy as them, if I had this, if I was as gifted as them, if I had that, if I was this. So when you look in and you create the perfect image, the perfect family, the perfect dynamics, the perfect everything that you think somebody else existed, is that your mind has the perfect ability to be able to hold you hostage and hold you down and to be able to convince you. And that is you. That is you. That is something within you that has that much power and that much control that can tell you a narrative and a story that can perfect somebody else's life to a point, to a level that allows you to keep staying in the life that is no longer serving you. The life that has taken away your perfect moments, your perfect opportunities, your perfect, what was good for you, what was great for you, what was there for you, the offerings that have been, that are there for you. And the only one that can rise you from that is you, is you. And that is that sense of being able to return to that sense of self, of freeing yourself from that story. But where you are can be the point of where your greatest victory story truly belongs. And you can rise into that greatest victory story from the moment that feels like the lowest, most defining moments, whether it's your deepest depression, your biggest addiction, no matter where you are, you can and you may be able to do this in one simple step, a shift in your mindset. Look into your soul and not into the lives and the eyes of others. Don't look into the world and what is right and what is wrong in the world, but look into your soul and to see there was a perfect divine being that was just that was created, that was there, that is still there. And that has this imperfections and doesn't have the answers. All the answers are not there, but the keys are there. The why is there. The power is there. The love is there. The strength is there. The courage is there. Everything that you need is right there, right there. It is yours to be able to connect to it. Magnetic love, love angry, like anger with love, like the love anger, to be able to get angry enough to say, I am now done doing this. I'm done doing this way. I'm done looking this way. And I am choosing. But when we choose, we have to break up with all that filled the life of this version of ourselves that has given us the leeway to live that life, to free ourselves of that life. And that means asking for help sometimes. That means asking for guidance. That means saying, if I knew how to do this, if I knew the exact how to, instead of saying, I know, I got it. I already know. If we knew, we'd be doing it. If you knew exactly, you would be doing it. If you had it all figured out, you'd be living the perfect life for you. You don't, and that's okay. It's okay. And it's really, truly this energy, this time, this week that is like our greatest teachers, our greatest gurus, the most powerful of beings are here with us right now. The power of these ancient archangels, the virtues have entered into this space and into this energy. An illuminating light is entered in. The council is present. It is the power of 12. It is the power of 0, the power of 1, the power of 3s, the power of everything that is appearing for you, where in your presence, in maybe numerology, numbers, whatever it is like there is something, it may be a color that is speaking to you right now. Something of greatness is in our energy right now. And it is just a spark of hope, but it is so big and it is so powerful, and it has the power to be able to connect to the power within you, the soul within you, to be able to bring forth and make the changes in your life that you want to see happen kind of now type of thing. And it's like, this is the energy to work with. This is the energy to be able to shift the mind, to be able to make it through into a new way of living, thinking, being, and it is here for us right now. And that's the power of what we have this week. It is here. Don't waste it. Don't waste this energy. Don't waste this. And to allow it to, help you be able to step into a sense of thriving. Even if you're not thriving, even if you're at your lowest, it doesn't mean that tomorrow, that the next step is not a step into thriving. These moments are a moment to thrive. And so this sense of victory is that this is your victory moment. This is your victory moment of when you sit right here and you look into the mirror of you. When you look in, you say, I'm here. I'm here. And if I'm here right now, then I'm winning. I've got an opportunity. Now I have another opportunity. Now I have another moment. And now I can do this. I can set myself free. I can be free. And it doesn't mean it's going to be all fixed today. It doesn't mean it's all going to be all done today. It's the choice that we tell ourselves with conviction and a truth that we can do this. I have what it takes. We stop looking out into that, waiting for it to be the perfect moment, waiting for perfection. Stop looking into the false perfection of the world, because people can show you whatever they want. They will, even in a relationship, if someone wants a relationship with you, they're going to give you the best version of themselves. They're going to give you what they are picking up on what you think, what they think you want, what they think you need. And then once you're in it, then the truth starts to reveal itself. Well, we do that with the lives we choose to live. So if you're choosing to live the life of always suffering, always struggling, always in scarcity, always in poverty, then you're going to create the perfect scenarios, the perfect version of yourself to be able to, you're going to present that version of yourself. You're going to present the victim. You're going to present the self-saboteur. You're going to present yourself the way that you want to be in your story to get the outcome that allows you to be able to take the spiral. But if you start to be able to peel that back and say, that's not me. I don't know how I got there. I don't know what that happened, but this me inside of me is this nagging voice. It is this sense of self. And it's like, and I can't do it alone. And I can't put in that false energy again. I need to allow the light, the sense of surrendering, setting ourselves free, and setting ourselves up for success instead of setting yourself up for failure, to be able to set yourself up for the fact that life is going to give me obstacles and challenges, and I'm going to fail, but I'm not going to lose me. I'm going to find myself this middle center. I'm going to get to the core of these issues. It is time for massive healing, massive growth, and massive thriving. And this is energy that we need to work with, because we have this power of this illuminating light of this divine presence that is with us right now, that is with us, that is connected to us, and it is connected to that life force energy. And the life force energy is just pulsating at such a rate right now that is time for us to bloom, time for us to grow, time for us to shine in our own lights, time for us to change our minds, to be able to make shifts, to be able to forgive, to be able to let go, to be able to surrender, and to be able to step up and into this powerful energy. Much, much love. If you'd like to see me in person, I will be in Leduc. I'll be in Leduc on Friday, January the 21st. I will be there during the day of wellness. We have a wellness day that's happening, and I will be there during the day with my books and signing some books. And we'll have so many vendors there, readers, healers. It's amazing. The list and their credentials is incredible, and powerful people that will be there at this wellness day. In the evening, I will be with one of my colleagues, Michelle Gibson, and we'll be doing a 2-hour live mediumship event. No one's guaranteed a reading, but the experience is beautiful. To be in spirit is with us, and it is such a powerful experience. Tickets are on Eventbrite. You can go to my website, corriethorne.com, which is all in the information below, and you can check it out. Also got 2 new programs starting up. Come check those out. Go to my website, or go to mteacademy.ca. You can check those out. Books are on Amazon, so you can go to Amazon and purchase my books. Everything's on the website. You can't miss it. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel if this resonates with you, if you like this work, this imperfect work. Much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.